Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic here, back with another Madden 23 rebuild. And the Panthers, sorry Panthers fans, please don't dislike the video immediately. You got fleeced, dude. Giving up your best offensive player, 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks for emphasize this, potentially franchise quarterback. Now, bigger risk, bigger reward. If you end up getting your next franchise quarterback for 10 plus years who is above average, good job. That was a fair trade in my opinion. But if your quarterback that you get is average or even below average, it's a bad trade. Like, trading that much value is crazy. I personally would trade 2 first-round picks and a second-round pick, and I think that would be fair. Trading away your best offensive player in DJ Moore, I think, is idiotic. And for the people that keep defending the Panthers, oh, we're going to draft Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. Who's he going to throw to? Ooh, Laviska Shenault, what a weapon. He got me shaking in my boots. CJ Stroud and Laviska Shenault. Ooh, I am so scared. But hey, at least you invested in your offensive line getting Ika Mekwonu in the previous season. Imagine if they drafted Malik Willis and then they had Malik Willis at pick number 6. There's so many people mocking him to pick number 6 to the Panthers. Imagine if they got Malik Willis, had this terrible offensive line, terrible receiving core, gave up Christian McCaffrey. They would be screwed. So I'm glad that they invested in the previous season. Hats off to you, Panthers. And I'm glad that you didn't trade away Brian Burns. You're easily your best defensive player here, and you could have got him for 2 first-round picks from the Los Angeles Rams. I think there was a team willing to trade 3 first-round picks. I don't know who it was, but the defensive side of the ball looks a lot better with Shaq Thompson, Xavier Woods, Jeremy Chin, JC Horn. I'm going to give him superstar dev. If you want to cry in the comments about it, you can. JC Horn arguably had one of the best cornerback seasons out of all the corners in the league just for this year. People say Sauce Gardner's better, but I would say JC Horn had a top 3 year as a corner this year. And if you think I'm crazy for saying that, you can comment that down below. I don't care. JC Horn was crazy good this year. No one credits him enough. And Derek Brown had a great breakout this year too, but I'm not going to give him superstar dev because I feel like it would already be unfair if I gave 2 players superstar dev. But offensively, we're going to get CJ Stroud, as you can tell by the video title, and yeah, we need to work on Bradley Bozeman's fine, maybe a little bit of the interior offensive lineman. Tommy Tremble, I'm going to start just because he has star dev. I need a receiver core, and I need a new running back. So apart from that, guys, let's see the 2022 retirements that we got for the NFC South, right? And our tight end, J.J. Jansen, I don't know who that is, retires. And players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we have here. We are going to have Deontay Foreman. I would re-sign him on a 2-year deal if he wanted to be here, but he doesn't want to. Matthew Ioannidis. Bradley Bozeman doesn't want to be here, so I'm not going to re-sign him either. Sam Darnold doesn't want to be here. It just nobody wants to be here, which is understandable. So I'm going to let them all walk if they don't want to be here. I'm not going to hold them to it. We need to rebuild, so let's get to the free agency. So nobody really wanted to play for our team because we don't have a quote-unquote franchise QB yet. So we just got Deion Jones on a cheap 2-year deal, and I'll be fine with that just for the first couple years. But let's move into the draft. The reports are in CJ Stroud to the Carolina Panthers, and I do think this will be the pick because there's been high reports, and he's also favored in Vegas to be the number 1 overall pick. 89 throw power, 82 speed, 6'3", 218. I honestly like CJ Stroud a little bit better than Bryce Young, especially because of his size. But apart from that, we really don't have much of a draft class left. Our next pick is in the 4th round. So anyways, let's get back to the team. So this is the team after the draft. CJ Stroud is a 76 overall. I also got Andy Dalton just as a mentor as always. And the O-line still needs improvement on the interior. We really didn't have many draft picks to work with, if you couldn't tell. And I need to improve my receiving core in the next season. Yeah, Deion Jones has superstar dev. Didn't know that. Frankie Louvu, a lot of people got mad whenever I removed him in my previous rebuild. And he just didn't want to re-sign. So I don't know why people get mad at that. He's a normal dev in Madden. And I also have Yatir Gross-Matos and Brian Burns, specialist. Frankie Louvu is coming off the edge, but again, I want Yatir Gross-Matos there. But I guess I'm just going to have to deal with it. So who do we have here? Smith? Is this Shy Smith? Okay, he's going to be our slot receiver. That's not really saying much. I'm sure a lot of people in the comments will get mad at me for saying that. But we're going to have to bite the bullet this first season and the second season because we don't have draft picks. But anyways, let's move into the midseason mark. Here we are, top of the division, 3-3. That's honestly a surprising breakout defensive line and breakout running back. Yatir Gross-Matos. Oh, okay, so I need to remember to actually look into these breakout challenges because I always forget. But coming off a loss to the Titans, breakout running back is Chuba Hubbard, of course. having my eye on Chuba Hubbard. I mean, if he could start Ev, that'd be nice. I'm still probably going to try to pick up a running back in free agency regardless. So let's go to players ready to negotiate, and then we're going to get into scouting national focus. Brian Burns needs to come back. Bud. Long-term deal. He resigns out of Florida State. Go Noles. Derek Brown, I don't care if you don't want to be here. I'm forcing you to come back. He resigns. And Andy Dalton, if he stays a mentor for 2 years, I'll pay for this. I'll be fine with that. Okay, I guess he doesn't want to be here. Jeremy Chin, don't care if you don't want to be here. Very player-friendly deal. He resigns. And then Shaq Thompson wants to be here. I'll do a 2-year deal with Shaq Thompson. I'm fine with that. And then, again, with Frankie Louvu. Everyone gets upset whenever I don't resign Frankie Louvu. He does not want to be here. I'll give you very player-friendly, and I'll resign you for 2 years. How about that? He resigns. There we go. People are mad that I don't resign him. Laviska Shenault, I would be interested if he was cheap. I'm not going to pay him this much. He can walk. Sorry, guys. CJ Henderson, I know he's going to be stupid cheap, but he does want to be here. Same thing with the Yatir Gross-Matos. I guess I'm going to have to wait for those. Man, nobody wants to be here, so I have to overpay for a lot of people, which kind of makes sense. Surprising that Brian Burns actually wants to be here. And looking at the scouting national focus, it has to be receiver. There's no other position. And our next pick is in the 3rd round as well, so that's going to be difficult. But anyways, it's now time to move into the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs in year 1, going 11-6. Looks like that's paid off for you, Panthers fans. Offensive points per game is 21st, so the defense is carrying us. Still, 11-6, I'm not going to change the schemes if we are winning. Stats and awards, let's see what we got. CJ Stroud, great rookie year, but 22nd in the NFL. 30th passer rating in the NFL is not good. Second best defense, I want to see what the offense ranking was. 14th, okay. Yeah, just 30th best passer rating. 101 for a rookie passer rating is not bad, but at the same time, just being 30th in the NFL when there are 32 teams is not impressive. 9 interceptions, 32 touchdowns, 4,700 yards. That's a great rookie year. Chuba Hubbard, 3.9 per carry is not an insane average, but 15 touchdowns, 1,300 yards. He had a lot of attempts. Damn. It's pretty good, actually. And I forgot to do the breakout challenges. I'm so sorry. Terrence Marshall, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. He'll probably get started. For those guys saying, oh, Terrence Marshall broke out, it's because there's no other receivers to throw to. Laviska Shenault, 5 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. And Shi Smith, 11 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards. Good season. Defensively, Shaq Thompson, 108 tackles. Tackles for a loss, 19 for Frankie Louvu. Sacks, 18 for Brian Burns and 13.5 for Frankie Louvu. Glad I re-signed him now. Derek Brown, 7.5. Interceptions, 4 for Deion Jones. Safeties on the team is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, we are here to face the Los Angeles Rams, which I honestly doubt. I think they'll have the #1 overall pick in the next season because the team is garbage. But we beat them 31-17, here to face Christian McCaffrey and the Carolina Panthers. Rivalry matchup, a revenge game for Christian McCaffrey, and we beat him. Here to face the 12-5 Dallas Cowboys in year 1. And this is where it ends, folks. I don't think we're beating the Cowboys, but let's just move into it. Here we are in Arlington, Texas. 7-0 start, 14-0 start. Good stuff. Let's get a 3-score lead on them, though. 14-7. Okay, now they're coming back 14-14. We're choking this. 21-14 at halftime. 21-17. 21-20. If we lose this, I wouldn't be too upset. They came back on us, yeah, and now they're separating the difference. Okay, that was just a choke by us. 28-35, still a close game. We're going to lose in the conference championship. Cowboys are overpowered in simulation because Zeke is unreasonably good. But anyways, let's move into the offseason. Cowboys need to be nerfed in simulation. It is ridiculous how they can't get it done in real life. Like, the Chiefs don't need to be nerfed in simulation. It's completely understandable why the Chiefs are so good, but if you didn't know, in the coding of Madden, there are certain players who are just programmed to be automatically good no matter what. No matter what their overall, no matter who they are, and that player is Zeke. If you make Zeke like a 70 overall, he's still going to go crazy in simulation. It's literally programmed to certain players because he went crazy in the first year, so they programmed him to be good. That's just how it is with certain players, and it's infuriating. Like Baker Mayfield, he goes crazy in simulation because he was the #1 overall pick, so they programmed him to be good. It's infuriating that Madden never fixes it. Dak Prescott wins the league MVP. Cowboys fans, that will never happen. And, yeah, there are no awards here for the Panthers. Really, CJ Stroud doesn't win Rookie of the Year after that type of a year? That doesn't seem real to me. CJ Stroud has start ev. Chuba Hubbard gets start ev. It's nice to see. Really, Terrence Marshall doesn't get start ev. Frankie Louvu gets start ev. And I don't see anyone else here. I'm going to check if we won at least the NFC Rookie of the Year, because we should have, dude. There's absolutely no chance back out of schedule There's absolutely no chance we didn't win that. He had a great year. He had a great year. Yearly awards, NFC, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Will Levis. Okay, dude, a 7-10 Lions whenever we made it to the conference championship at 11-6. Whatever. Let's move into the re-signings. In the NFC South, nobody retires. That's fine with me. So we're going to see who we have for the re-signed players. I think it's here. Oh, Andy Dalton actually wants to be here. You're going to take a team-friendly deal, and we're going to put you on 2 years. Would you accept that? Not interested in signing? Bye. Laviska Shenault, bye. CJ Henderson, how cheap is this? This is honestly still pretty cheap. I'm fine with this. He's going to be good depth, and he still wants to play for a new team. You can walk then. Yetur Gross-Matos. I'm not paying $10 million a year. I'll just give you player friendly. If you accept it, you accept it. If you don't, you don't. And he resigns. Okay. I wouldn't give him very player friendly because that would be like $11 million a year for an average player. But anyways, let's move in. It's a free agency with $105 million to spend. So CJ Stroud is going to absolutely have a monster breakout season this year. Michael Pittman, Marquise Brown, and Devin White. Devin White obviously not applying to the offense, but defense is completely nice, but the offense is rounded off, I think. So let's move into the draft. And in the 4th round, I'm picking up center Matt Johnson out of UCLA, hidden dev, 6'2", 295, 86 strength. He has F run block, but A awareness and A impact blocking. For a 4th round pick, that's pretty good. So this is the team after the draft. Johnson, the 4th round pick, is a 72 overall. That's great. Receiving core is looking a lot better. May want to get a replacement for Tommy Tremble. Yes, he has started, but he's only 78 overall. Do keep in mind, it doesn't matter what your development is. It matters what your overall is in Madden, and that will affect how good your team is. And then defensively, I guess we need another defensive tackle later on. DJ Turner is here as well. Yeah, I'm going to move up JC Horn in the depth chart and specialist. I think that looks fine the way it is. I'm fine with everyone else there. So apart from that, guys, it is now time to move in to the midseason mark. Here we are at the midseason mark as we are 2-5 bottom of the division. It is the entire team that's not doing good. I'm switching to the Tampa Bay offense because the Tampa Bay offense is overpowered. But the problem with the Tampa Bay offense is whenever you're in the Tampa Bay offense, your defense suddenly becomes bad. I don't know why. It's just a scripting thing in Madden, so that way you can't overpower playbooks. So if you have the Kansas City defense, your offense will be trash. And if you have the Tampa Bay offense, then your defense will be trash. That's just how it works. I have no idea why. I'm going to choose... What do I want? Maybe still more offensive linemen? I think that... actually, I think I could get one in free agency. Maybe Chris Lindstrom will be there. Man, I'm really conflicted right now. I guess I'll get defensive tackle to pair alongside Derek Brown, because I think our offensive line is honestly not even bad. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got here. We have JC Horn, who doesn't want to be here. Don't care. Locking you in long term, and he resigns. Dante Jackson kind of wants to be here. I'll give you a 2-year deal, and he resigns. Austin Corbett doesn't want to be here. Give you a 3-year deal, and he resigns. Deion Jones, yeah, I'm not in on a 3-year deal with you. I'll give you 1 more year, bud, and he doesn't want that, so he can walk. Chuba Hubbard, I want to bring you back, but you don't want to be here. I'll increase your bonus. How does that sound? And he wants more money. Sorry, bud. Johnny Hecker can walk. Xavier Woods, I'll do like 1 year with you, dude. Increase your bonus a little bit. And he doesn't want to be here. That's fine. Terrence Marshall can walk. Tommy Tremble can walk. He's only 76 overall. Yes, I know he's young, but he doesn't want to be here, and he's a 76. I need to replace him. Yeah, a lot of people just don't want to be here, and that's the problem. Who is this guy? Tony Brown. Yeah, he's going to be 28 as a star dev, 65 overall receiver. So anyways, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs, finishing 7-10. Our offense really didn't do much better. 18th in passing game. Dude, it's EA playbooks. If you guys can send me a good pairing playbook, I would really, really appreciate that. Vertical power run. We're going to go with West. Oh, what's the best scheme fit? 73 for vertical power run. And offense. Do I just go back to Dallas? That's usually what I went with, is Dallas offense, Kansas City defense. But tried Carolina last time. Let's just stick with Dallas. Stats and awards. CJ Stroud, 24th in the NFL. Passer rating is not good. 31st offense, 28th defense. 4,400 yards, 28 touchdowns. That's not a good ratio. Passer rating is not good either. Chuba Hubbard, 15 touchdowns is not really good rushing average. Michael Pittman, 1,200 yards. Then everybody else, mid. Looking at it defensively, Shaq Thompson, 151 tackles is crazy. Tackles for a loss, 16 for Brian Burns. Sacks, 14 for Brian Burns, 8.5 for Frankie Louvu. Interceptions, 4 for Devin White. And safeties on the team is 0. Defensive touchdowns is 0. So, maybe the schemes need to be completely changed, is what I just did. But anyways, we at least have a first-round pick this year. Let's move into the offseason. And the Niners do not get their revenge on the Chiefs as they lose again. Patrick Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP, and the league MVP. There are no awards here for the Carolina Panthers, but let's see the offense and defensive upgrades, if we even have any. Team did terrible this season. Offensively, we look the exact same. Johnson has star dev. Defensively, Devin White has superstar dev now. That's nice to see. And that's about it. Okay. So apart from that, guys, let's move in to the re-signed players. In the NFC South, Cam Jordan and Adam Thielen on the Falcons retires. I don't think Adam Thielen would willingly go to the Falcons. He wants a ring. Players ready to negotiate. Let's see what we got here. Deion Jones doesn't want to be here. Chuba Hubbard. Dude, I don't know what else to offer you. Very player-friendly. Just player-friendly. I'll do player-friendly deal with you. That's the most I'm going to offer. He's not going to resign. Johnny Hecker, Xavier Woods, Terrence Marshall, Tommy Trim, they all just don't want to be here. I can't re-sign players that just refuse to play for us, and I'm not going to overpay for them because they're all average. So anyways, let's move into free agency. After free agency, I got Trey Smith, huge additions to the offensive line, Justin Simmons to replace Xavier Woods, and Chuba Hubbard back. They all didn't want to be here, but money changed their mind. Cash is king, baby. Let's go to the draft. With my first round pick, I'm picking up a tight end. Yes, I know that seems crazy to pick a tight end, but we needed one. We didn't really need too much else other than maybe a second defensive tackle. 6'3", 256 out of LSU. Hidden development, 82 speed, 90 acceleration. His skills look pretty good, and he was an elite athlete, so I think this was a good pick. In the third round, I'm picking up Demetri Harris. I saw he had elite strength, 96 strength at 6'1", 350 pounds. That's crazy for being 6'1". 350 and 96 strength. I guess mass moves mass. Hidden dev, A tackle, A play rec is what I saw, and I like him. So this is the team after the draft. Our tight end is a 76 overall. Looks like the CPU picked up this guy named Ford. He's going to be good depth. And Banks, I don't know who that is. But honestly, I want to make sure that our offense is a total powerhouse. So we need to be a passing team for sure. I'm going to go Kansas City offense. And then if I can ever find it, Kansas City offense, then the New York Giants defense is what I'm going to try out, because we need to be a powerhouse offense with our QB or else we're not going anywhere. Defensively, we look great. I like everything that we got here. Harris is a 76 overall. We have good depth at the defensive tackle position. Maybe we can get it better than a C+, but everything here is a B- or higher on our defense, which I like. And offensively, it looks like everything's a C+ with our tight end and center, but anyways, it's about CJ Stroud's development, so we need to get a powerhouse of an offense. And honestly, can I sign a free agent wide receiver here that's going to be better than this guy Banks? Wide receiver, not really. Zay Jones, Quez Watkins, all these guys, all these guys aren't really impressive to me. So apart from that, let's move in to the third season and the midseason mark. Seems like the powerhouse offense is working very effectively. 6-1. And our offense 11th in points per game, defense is 6th. That's what matters. Our rushing game is down because we're in a powerhouse passing team, and our defensive passing game, I do not know why that's down. I guess the Giants are a defensive running team, but scouting national focus, sure, let's get a third receiver because I don't want to pay a third receiver because paying 3 receivers big-time money is not a good move, so the Bengals will have to deal with that in real life. But let's see the players ready to negotiate coming off a win to the Buccaneers. Taylor Moton needs to stay for the rest of the rebuild. Please do not retire. And he wants more money. We'll give it to you. Anything for Daddy Moton. Shaq Thompson, I'll do another year with him. I'll be fine with this. And he resigns. Frankie Louvu, he just doesn't want to be here. Again, I do not want to pay you $13 million a year to put up 7.5 sacks like you did in the previous season. I don't want to do that. So for right now, until I see his stats at the end of the year, I'm not re-signing him. But just for right now, he doesn't have interest. People are like, oh, you didn't re-sign Frankie Louvu. I'm not paying someone $13 million a year to be average. Actually, I'd have to pay them $15 million a year if I wanted them to re-sign. 16 and then 17, it would be backloaded. Well, actually, it'd be about $14 million a year for the front half, but still, I'm not paying someone $14 million a year to be an 83 overall. Everyone else here is no. So apart from that, guys, it is now time to move in to the playoffs. And here we are in the playoffs going 11-6 top of the division. Hopefully it doesn't end like the first season. If the Cowboys are there, then it probably will. CJ Stroud, great season. 13th best offense, 22nd best defense doesn't make sense, but good move to move the offense into a passing offense. 113 pass rating, 10 interceptions, 37 touchdowns, 5,100 yards. Amazing season. Chuba Hubbard, 3.5 average isn't good. 13 touchdowns is fine, but like, I know we're in a passing offense, but come on, dude. 3.5 average is not good looking at the receiving wise. Our tight end, rookie tight end, almost 1,300 yards, 101 receptions, 6 touchdowns. That should be at least superstar dev. Marquise Brown, 10 touchdowns, almost 1,100 yards, 1,000 yards for Michael Pittman. And Raphael Banks, 1,000 yards, 11 touchdowns. And we may not need a third receiver. And Devin White, 132 tackles for a loss, 17 for Brian Burns, sacks 21 for Brian Burns, 11 for Frankie Louvu. I'm still on the wall about his contract. Sorry. Interceptions, 2 for Shaq Thompson. Safeties on the team is 2 for Brian Burns, and defensive touchdowns is 2. Brian Burns with 2 safeties and 21.5 sacks is crazy. Let's see if we can beat the 9-8 Seattle Seahawks to move on to the divisional round. Please do it. And we do. Damn it, dude. I hate facing the Cowboys. This is why I'd rather play an AFC team than NFC, because I always lose to the fucking Cowboys, dude. It's so annoying. Nerf the Cowboys. They're not good in real life. Let's move into the offseason. And the Chiefs beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. Chris Jones wins the Super Bowl MVP. Anthony Richardson on the Packers wins the league MVP. Okay. Raphael Banks wins the Rookie of the Year for our receiver. That's cool. I guess I don't need a third receiver now. And let's see the players' upgrades. Raphael Banks should have star dev. He does have star dev, and our forward only has star dev, but our tight end has superstar. Nice to see. Defensively, we got Harris as star and nobody else. Okay, maybe we need more depth at DB as well, because DJ Turner's all right, but he's nothing crazy. So anyways, it's now time to move into the 4th and final year and the re-sign players. In the NFC South, Ryan Jensen retires on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Did he retire in real life? I don't know. I might need to update my roster. My bad. Taylor Moton, I'll give him a player-friendly deal here, so please take that. He resigns. Frankie Louvu actually has interest in coming back, so I will resign him for a neutral deal. Thank God. Everyone else here do not have an interest in. They can all walk. And how much money do I have? $64 million. I think I would rather trade. Do I trade my first-round pick? Let's see what's in free agency. After free agency, I got Quay Walker and Shaquille Griffin both as depth for our offense. So apart from that, let's move into the 4th and final draft. In the first round, I'm picking up wide receiver Sheldon Baker out of Virginia. He was a good athlete, but only normal to have 6'1", 177, very slender build, but we really don't need much else on this team. Now, this is the team going into the 4th and final year. I think I did a great job with building this. Baker's a 76 overall. Great depth at receiver. We have good running back room with Chuba Hubbard. CJ Stroud got to an 85 overall. I honestly expected it to be higher. We're in a passing offense. I'm going to keep it there because we did finish 11-6, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Great depth at the linebacking core. Great depth at the DB core. We should be completely good here. So apart from that, guys, let's move in to the playoffs. Here we are in the playoffs going 15-2, top the division. Coming off a win to the Saints. The only thing bad about this team was our rushing game. So it seems like Chiefs offense and Giants defense is the new meta for me. Stats and awards, CJ Stroud did amazing. 12th best offense in the NFL and the 4th best defense. Did he win MVP? No, he did not. The fact that Dak Prescott's higher than... Why is Dak Prescott an X factor? He is not good. 5,000 yards, 48 touchdowns, 7 receptions, 116 pass rating is great. Rushing, Chuba Hubbard, 10 touchdowns, 3.8 per carry is not good, but 1,000 yards. Receiving-wise, our tight ends balling out, 15 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Raphael Banks, 12 touchdowns, 1,100 yards. Michael Pittman, 14 touchdowns, 1,000 yards. And Marquise Brown, 1,000 yards. Only 3 touchdowns, though. Defensively, Devin White, 113 tackles for a loss, 13 for Brian Burns and Derek Brown. Sacks 19.5 for Brian Burns and 10.5 for Derek Brown, 9 for Frankie Louvu, who's honestly been pretty good throughout the entire rebuild, I'm not going to lie. Interceptions, 6 for Devin White, which is great to see. Safeties is 1 for Demetri Harris and 0 defensive touchdowns. So, we have not won a Super Bowl yet, so I am actually going to be hopping into the divisional round. That's just a new rule that I'm going to be adding. I usually never play it. We're here to face our divisional rivals, the Atlanta Falcons, so I'm not going to let this slide. I'm not going to let our divisional rivals beat us. Let's move into it. Here we are in Carolina to face the divisional rivals, the Atlanta Falcons. They're 13-4, and we are 15-2. Hot start for both of us. 14-13. For some reason, we went for a 2-point conversion, didn't get it. Now they're 1 point ahead of us, of course. 21-20 at halftime. 21-35. What a change here. The Atlanta Chokers Yeah, it's happening again. They choked another lead. And we're going to be moving on to the conference championship, beating the Atlanta Chokers 28-42. Dude. Oh, my God. The Cowboys. The Cowboys. We better win this. Here we are in Carolina. If we don't beat the Cowboys, I'm going to be pissed. A 7-7 start in the first quarter. Okay. Come on. Okay, 14-7. Good stuff. 10-14. Another score. 10-17 at halftime. Okay, 10-24. 2-score lead. Let's not choke this like the Falcons. 13-24. I think we bagged this. Come on. We bagged this. Come on. Just run the ball. Just run the ball. Run the ball. 24-27. We bagged it. We're going back to the Super Bowl, baby. Let's go get our first Super Bowl win. So this is a successful rebuild because we did make it to the Super Bowl. We don't have to win it. We just have to make it. CJ Stroud gets superstar development. Our tight end gets X Factor. That's awesome. I would love to do a career sim on him. Let me know down in the comments below if you want to see that too. And defensively, we look the same. I expected Devin White to get X Factor, but I guess not. But let's see who's going to get their first Super Bowl win of all time, the Panthers or the Browns. Let's move into it. Here we are in Miami, 7-0 start for the Cleveland Browns, 14-3. Come on. Come on, guys. You got to wake up, offense. The defense that's not doing their job either. Come on, offense. Score a touchdown, please. Thank you. 21-16. The comeback is alive. Is it? Offense, wake up. Offense, wake up. Offense did nothing. The defense clamped in the second half. 21-16. Dude, offense, what are you doing? 3 field goals and a touchdown? 0 touchdowns for CJ Stroud. Unfortunate way to end the rebuild, but it's still successful because, in my opinion, you just have to make it to the Super Bowl for a successful rebuild. Maybe if we had one more year, we would be able to do it. But anyways, guys, thank you guys all for watching. I actually enjoy this rebuild, but let me know which team you'd like me to rebuild down in the comments below. And I'll see you guys all in the next one.